Good morning. It's Wall Street Weekly Wrap Up, April 13th, 2024, or UFC 300 today. And it was a ugly week. Right? There's no other way to say it. And let's get into it because we had some tumult and red and blood. Taiwan Semiconductor, $3 billion or $6 billion in the United States for building some fab plants, another $5 billion in loans. The sales a stunning 16% year to year. That's incredible. This is a company that's on fire. Once we get through this little sell off because of the CPI, this is a stock that people are going to want to buy because who's making the chips for all the AI? Samsung, Taiwan Semi, to some extent Intel, but this is the one that everybody's using. JP Morgan, boom, 9.3% revenue increase. Of course, you can see everything sold off on Friday. They didn't like that earnings. Everybody wanted the financials, price to perfection. So, you can see how far it is. It dropped to the 50-day moving average. Is it going to get to the 200? I doubt it. This is a big one. This is the best bank that you're going to get. And so we're watching it. Morgan Stanley, some DOJ investigation. We'll talk about that. Nasdaq again. We were up at S&P over 10%, but now we're down 7.8. So we've had our 2% issue. Could we get a 10% correction? Sure. The Russell, if we go down here, look at the November lows. Everybody started buying, did pretty good, went down again, and then over here broke a trend line. If you can imagine going over here. So it's a sell-off right now, and now it's going to be an issue, and it's welcome because you're going to get an opportunity to buy, which we've been waiting for a lot of people. The indicators, 2-year notes almost back up to 5% again. Crude oil, 85 to right now. Iran is sending 50 to 100 drones to Israel from Iran. Israel said they will attack Iran facilities if it is launched from Iran. So tomorrow, oil is going to go up. Doesn't have to be traded. It will go up. And Monday, I expect it to be over $90 a barrel if this war is going to be indeed a lot of rockets and missiles and attacks. It's called a fear. And of course, if you want to fill up your gas tank today, good day to do it up because it's going to be ugly. Natural gas, of course, is always going to be underneath $2. Sometimes it'll go up. Sometimes it rises with oil. But gold, also fear. Gold is a metal they want to have. So we're almost at 2,400. I wouldn't be surprised if this war is raging on Monday to be over 2,400. And Alpha, they had a catalyst issue. Ultra had a horrible, horrible quarter, and that's why everybody dropped in the sector. But I don't think Alpha is like Ultra, Alpha is really using the influencers on TikTok to sell their lower-priced beauty products. And of course, why wouldn't you buy something that's half the price? Just as good. So that's why I said we're fans of ELF. We'll see what the earnings are. Again, sell off, fear of war, going to be the themes next week. Delta did pretty good, 7.8. That's a good, revenue for a plane. I don't know what United will do. I'm not really watching the sector, but I thought this was a good quarter for area. It's been solid march up since November, since everything else, dipped in November. So let's see. We'll go up. We're at almost a double top. Here's one top. Here's your other top. With a sell-off, I expect everything to go down a little bit for a while. And the CPI, this is the start of it. Comes out on Wednesday. A lot of stuff. Overall was 3.5, which I don't think is bad. A lot of, I grew up when inflation was 5%. I remember when it was over 10%. It was huge. And transportation continues to be high. And shelter still high. Rent is high. More immigrants, more demand for rents, more shelter costs. Electricity is 5%. I'll tell you what, the new gas furnace is cutting the electricity because it does better and cheaper. Food away from home, that means your restaurants. Well, I can see it. You can't go to a place and get lunch under $10 anymore, essentially. You're going to spend about $10 to $15. A lot of places, a dinner's going to cost you $30, so pretty high. And what's going down? Cars. And it will go down further. But, like I said, if there's Bright light fuel has been cheap and gas has been cheap, but gasoline is not. So we'll see it. What we don't have in here is auto insurance went up average at 22%. The average person in the country is going to get 22%. Florida homeowners insurance is going to average $12,000 next year a year. You're going to buy a house nice in Florida, retire, you got a chunk of $12,000. That's a monster. Can you imagine paying, your real estate tax and then you got insurance in there? Wow, big cost. And of course, insurance companies are not there to lose money. They're not a charity. They're going to pay, and then, like farmers, they just got out of the Florida, insurance market for houses. It's just too brutal. Gold again. Freeport-McMoRan is our company. And of course, as gold goes up, so does Freeport-McMoRan. As copper goes up, Freeport-McMoRan goes up. So this is a company that broke the trend. It is a defensive play, and it's going to do well. BlackRock I watch because of the amount of money they manage. Just amazing amount. Revenues, it's a stunning. Better than JP Morgan. So when we see Morgan Stanley's numbers, this is our backup. We're going to probably go into BlackRock. Of course, doesn't matter. Financials are taking a hit right now. And, I call BlackRock a financial. Some people can call it a lot of other things, but it's doing real well. And, of course, the sectors this week. I did the heat map for the week because I knew it was an ugly week. Apple got a bounce. Tesla got a bounce. Google's doing real well. And Costco, of course, is doing well. But, look at the red. It's across the board. So that's why I'm not too worried. I'm more worried if I see it and concentrated in a sector and we're getting a problem. But this is a good start to the earnings week, all red, and we're going to see a change. Again, everybody cashed out on Friday. Everybody wants to be free because we don't know what's going to happen with the Iran-Israel war. I have an idea. I think Israel's got better weapons, but this could get ugly. And, somebody said it could start a World War III. I don't know. A lot of things. Who thought of throwing a bomb at Arch Ferdinand in 1914-ish was going to start World War I. But let's have a good week. Let's be positive. Let's go for Alex Pereira and UFC 300. I'll see you next week. Thank you.